morning. My name is Alejandro Borges. As I was finishing my research for the question at hand, how are the limitations of students' rights and illustration of the First Amendment in U.S. public schools, I came to the conclusion that the limitations of students' rights illustrates the flaws we have within our First Amendment. Before I go deeper into my presentation, I want to share with you guys some background knowledge you might not already know. Of course, everybody knows the rights guaranteed by the First Amendment, which is the freedom of speech, religion, press, petition, and assembly. But what you guys might not know is when adopted in 1791, the First Amendment only applied to the Congress and the federal government, meaning when public schools were founded in the mid-19th century, students could not make claims against action of the school officials. But now in cases like Tinker vs. Des Moines, students are protected through the First Amendment. This is a case how students got disciplinary actions for wearing black armbands to show their support in the truth in the Vietnam War. When the principal of the school created a policy specifically to go against these black armbands, the students and their parents went to court to go against their cases because their rights were violated. Which brings me to my next topic on how a school in Wisconsin got denied the right to carry out their graduation in a church. The claims were set by non-Christian and students and parents, claiming that the church was passing out Christian literature, and church information. The non-Christian individuals won the case 7-3, and this bases one of my many flaws within the First Amendment, because how can the First Amendment be fair and just to both sides? This example, at the beginning of the school year this year, during first period, our very own Miss Chang went up on the speaker system and even said, "Now a moment of silence." This relates to my next topic on how a school students were forced to go and be quiet were forced to have a moment of silence. Many people claim that the limits placed on the First Amendment can be justified by wanting to protect our students and faculty. But are these limitations really protecting our students? Take a look at the graph I have provided. This is a graph of total 40 students, and it demonstrates how many rights the number of students knew. Over here we have a percentage of 37% that knew 0 of their rights and 52% that knew 1 of their rights. With this being such a low percentage, we need to stop focusing on the limitations placed by the First Amendment and focus more on educating our young youth, because they are the future of the generation. What questions do you have?
All right, 2 questions I have for you. What evidence did you gather that you didn't use, and then why didn't you use it?
I gathered the time, place, and manner, and I did not end up using it because I wanted to focus more about my cases, and within the time restriction, I did not want to waste my time using those because it wasn't as of importance to me.
Okay. And what advice would you have for other researchers to consider this topic?
Well, some advice I would have is just to fully understand the First Amendment, and yeah.
All right, cool. Thank you.